What if I told you the legendary beauty of Cleopatra wasn't just a myth, but a set of meticulously guarded secrets from ancient rituals? Prepare to step back in time and uncover the astonishing practices that allowed her to captivate an entire empire. You won't believe the lengths she went to maintain her iconic allure. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of history's most fascinating figures, Cleopatra. When you think of her beauty routine, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For most of us, it's the famous milk bath, right? But what if I told you that's just the tip of the iceberg? Her actual regimen was far more complex, sophisticated, and, frankly, more interesting than popular myths suggest. To truly understand her secrets, we need to understand the world she lived in. In ancient Egypt, beauty wasn't just about looking good. It was a symbol of status, divinity, and power. For a queen like Cleopatra, maintaining her appearance was a crucial part of maintaining her rule. So, let's move beyond the myths and uncover the real royal regimen. First, let's talk skincare. Foundation of any great beauty routine. How did a queen in the middle of the desert keep her skin looking flawless? It started with cleansing. Forget your modern-day soaps. The Egyptians had their own brilliant alternatives. They often used a paste made from clay and oils, like olive oil or moringa oil. This wasn't just for cleaning. It was a form of gentle exfoliation that removed dead skin cells and impurities. Sea salt from the Dead Sea was also a popular exfoliant, rich in minerals that nourished the skin. After cleansing came the crucial step of moisturizing. Cleopatra's world was harsh and dry, so hydration was key. She would have used a variety of rich oils and balms. Things like castor oil, sesame oil, and moringa oil were prized for their moisturizing properties. But perhaps the most luxurious secret was the use of balms made from animal fats mixed with fragrant resins like frankincense and myrrh. And what about sun protection? The Egyptians were ahead of their time. They used ingredients like rice bran extract and certain plant oils that we now know have natural sun-blocking properties. It was an entire system designed to preserve a youthful, radiant glow fit for a queen. Now, let's talk about something that truly set Cleopatra apart. Her scent. In ancient Egypt, perfume was an art form, a science, and a tool of immense power. It wasn't just dabbed on the wrists. It was an outer, a statement that announced your presence before you even spoke. The process of creating these scents was incredibly elaborate. Perfumers, who were highly respected artisans, would distill flowers, herbs, and resins to capture their essential oils. They used a technique called enfleurage, where flower petals were pressed into a layer of purified animal fat to absorb their fragrance, creating a solid perfume or scented cone. So, what did Cleopatra actually smell like? Well, we can't know for sure. Historical texts suggest she favored rich, complex scents. She likely wore perfumes heavy with notes of myrrh, cinnamon, cardamom, and lotus blossom. One of her legendary moves was to soak the sails of her royal barge in fragrant oils, so that her arrival would be heralded by a wave of intoxicating scent long before her ship was even seen. This wasn't just extravagance, it was psychological warfare. Scent is deeply tied to memory and emotion, and Cleopatra used it masterfully to enhance her mystique and leave an unforgettable impression on powerful men like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Her fragrance was part of her personal brand, an invisible crown that amplified her power and allure. Of course, we can't discuss Cleopatra's beauty without talking about her iconic hair and makeup. Her look was a powerful statement, rich with symbolism. Let's start with her hair. While she was of Macedonian Greek descent, she embraced Egyptian customs fully. This meant elaborate hairstyles were a must. For public appearances, she would have worn heavy, intricately styled wigs made from human hair, often adorned with gold ornaments and beads. These weren't just fashion accessories. They were symbols of her royal status and divine connection. Braids were also incredibly popular and were often woven with golden thread to signify wealth and power. Then there's the makeup, particularly her famous eye makeup. That dramatic winged kohl eyeliner wasn't just for aesthetics. The kohl she used, a paste made from a mineral called galena, had practical benefits. It helped reduce the glare from the harsh desert sun, acting like ancient sunglasses. It was also believed to have magical properties that could ward off eye infections and the evil eye. The green eyeshadow she often wore, made from ground malachite, was also symbolic, associated with the gods Horus and Ra and representing protection and power. So every time she applied her makeup, she wasn't just beautifying herself. She was arming herself, preparing for a day of ruling an empire. And her adornments didn't stop there. Evidence suggests that body art, like temporary henna tattoos, and of course extravagant jewelry made of gold and lapis lazuli, were integral parts of her complete presentation. Every single element, from her hair to her fingertips, was curated to project an image of divine authority. So, after exploring all these ancient rituals, what is Cleopatra's enduring legacy? Her influence on beauty is undeniable. We see echoes of her style everywhere, from the cat-eye makeup that never goes out of fashion to our modern obsession with luxurious oils and natural ingredients. There's a fine line between inspiration and appropriation. Many modern beauty brands draw on Egyptian imagery, but it's important to acknowledge the deep cultural and historical context behind these practices. They weren't just trends. They were a core part of a civilization's identity. Perhaps the most timeless lesson we can learn from Cleopatra is the power of self. Her dedication to her beauty rituals wasn't about vanity. It was a form of self-preservation, a way to build confidence, and a strategic tool to command respect in a world dominated by men. Her story reminds us that taking time for ourselves, in whatever way that looks for us, isn't just an indulgence, it's a powerful act. And that's a wrap on the incredible beauty secrets of Cleopatra. I hope this journey back in time was as fascinating for you as it was for me. What was the most surprising ritual you learned about today? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And do you want to forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into history. See you next time.